Hello, my name is Mr. Green, and in this video, this colorless video, I might add, in honor of Mank, I will be talking about the aforementioned film to finish off the Fincher series, Mank. I am doing this in no color, just because the film isn't in color, but this is my hat. It feels a lot smaller now. I'll try to wear it throughout the review, but I might take it off if it gets too uncomfortable. But Mank, it came out a month ago. I'm late. I saw it. Super excited to see it. It looked amazing. That's the reason why I did this whole series. This is why my channel has been dead for the last few months, even though it was never really alive to begin with. It's not at the status to be quote-unquote alive. But what did I think of Mank after all this time waiting in anticipation for it? It was good, yeah. It was good, yeah. Pretty good. Taking this off. So yes, Mank was good. It's not bad, like some people have been saying. It's not a masterpiece like others have been saying, but it's good. It's not a bad movie. Again, technically, like on a technical aspect, Fincher directed this film, therefore perfect. This was a very personal film for him. He's wanting to make it since he made The Game back in the 90s. His dad helped write it, I believe. And I can tell there was a lot of passion in it. However, I don't feel like no one wanted the story for Herman J. Mankiewicz. Or I feel like unlike some biopics, this one doesn't exactly have a big, like, it doesn't feel like it has like a need to exist. Aside from Fincher's personal levels of wanting it to exist. But something I can compliment a lot of stuff about this film. Again, technical aspect is great. It's paced very well. It didn't feel that boring. There was, why did I say that boring? There was like a few scenes that were a little bit slow, but something I gotta praise of this film that I don't know if it's the best part, but is a really great part is the cinematography. Like I am replicating here, the film was shot in black and white, and it looked really great, and it looked amazing. It looked so crisp and like clean, and it just looked so nice. Some of the shots, like the long tracking shots, I love like shots that are like shot like from below as like someone walks, like those kind of like just like tracking shots of like someone like from below watching people walk. I love shots like that. This one has one. Loved it. The performances are all great. Gary Oldman is great. The rest of the cast is great. But the one standout performance that is not Gary Oldman, even though he's really great as Herman J. Mankiewicz, is the guy that they got to play Orson Welles. I think his name was like Tom Burke. Is that right? Here's the name. If it was right, then there's nothing. Then if it was wrong, then that's the real name. But he was amazing. He looked so similar to Orson Welles in real life, and he sounded so much like him. It was like they resurrected Orson Welles from the dead, except this time they didn't do like a Peter Cushing from Rogue One. They got a look-alike, and a really good look-alike. He was great. I really wish he was in it more. I wanted him to be in it more. He wasn't in it that much, but the scenes that he was in, he stole those scenes. Like, he grabbed them and he ran. So, props to that guy, Tom Burke. That's right. Started thinking of Tom Nook from Animal Crossing. It's not Tom Nook, it's Tom Burke. This guy, right here. That's Orson Welles, not this guy, this guy. So, that's what it is, yeah. Now, while The Social Network, another film that I feel like was a little bit off in terms of Fincher's filmography, this one feels a little bit off as well for different reasons than Social Network and Benjamin Button. This one, I don't know what to say. It feels very artsy, if that makes sense. Like he's like trying to do like an art house film, like Drive, but he already made some art house films. He made Fight Club, and this feels like he's trying to replicate that kind of like tone in some areas. And again, I'm not trying to discredit the real-life Herman J. Mankiewicz, but his story wasn't exactly something that I feel like should be taken to the pages. It's more something that should be settled in a court of law. because they didn't give him credit for writing Citizen Kane. But I'm not trying to hate on this film. This is a good film. This is technically, like, again, technical aspects perfect. Performances were almost all around pretty good. A few little bit of pacing issues throughout the middle. But I didn't feel as much of a strong passion to exist as I did in his other films. I'm not being a hater, but Mank is a good film. If you're watching his films, watch it. If not, watch it anyway. But try to think of an analogy, but I really can't. Yeah, that's it. All led up to here. Good film, not a masterpiece, not a perfection thing, but a good film. I am going to give Mank a B+. Now, right off the bat, in terms of picture quality, I'm just going to give my final verdict. You do not need to buy Mank on Blu-ray. It looked great on Netflix. I am not going to lie. Maybe it's because it's a Netflix original, and the odds of it having a Netflix, a Blu-ray release is very slim, unless if it's a Criterion. The Irishman Criterion, came out recently. They did one for Marriage Story, too. But it looked so good here. I am not going to discredit Netflix here. They knocked it out of the park in terms of the resolution and the sound. It sounded great. It sounded very crisp. That's a good word to describe the look of this film. Very crisp. They did a really good job replicating the films made in the 30s and 40s, almost to the point where I felt like I was watching a film from the 30s and 40s. There's a scene where they're driving in a car and the framing is a little bit off, but that's clearly intentional because that's the way they did them back in the day. The framing was a bit off because they had them I don't really know what it's called, but they had a little bit a rotating. What am I saying? I don't know. I'm saying it looks good. The resolution is great. It did not look muddy at all. The black levels were very black, and that's very essential for a black and white film. The blacks cannot look blue. The whites cannot look gray. It looked great. Knocked it out of the park, Netflix. You do not need to buy Mank on Blu-ray, unless if you really love the film and you want to buy it. You can stick with Netflix if you like. And that's it. That's all the Fincher films, aside from Alien 3, which I have chosen to skip. But, yeah. So it was a fun experience. It took... God. It happened. Hey, let's go. I sneezed. And on that note, I'm going to leave it here. This has been a very therapeutic experience, helping my channel go through all of David Fincher's filmography. I finally finished it. Leave a like, share, comment, subscribe if yay. Follow me on the things down below. And subscribe.